See, the biggest problem we all have today, is there are only 24 hours in a day. Bill Gates said it recently. It doesn't matter how much money you got, you can have $10 billion, and I think he knows the answer to that. Yeah, it's $10 billion, I still get 24 hours in a day. And businesses are looking for things to speed up that activity. Now you link that with putting the infrastructure into the network and the idea of BYOD, so people can put video, for example, onto personal devices like tablets and iPhones and other devices. That fundamentally changes the way that people do business. That is in fact an accession event. That is not a, we've just got a little bit better of a phone call. So where are we fitting into that? Right, we've done a couple of things. Lifesize has virtualized all of our infrastructure. So no big hardware boxes anymore. So your client can start very small. They can put it on their VM. Out of interest, how many people here sell Hyper-V or VM environments today? Okay, right. Hope more hands next year, and good for you, those of you who are. This is now an application. Video conferencing is no longer a bizarre, otherworldly thing. I've turned up with this $500,000 bridge. Would you like to try it? Well, what is it? Well, it's a bridge full of, I don't know, warm tapioca. It's not. They're all full of smoke. Everyone knows that. All electronics full of smoke, you know. When the smoke escapes, it doesn't work anymore.
That's right.
So, these days, video conferencing is now an app you download, you shove it in your VM environment. If you're already the trusted advisor, you've now got the opportunity to interact with that client in a fantastically new way. You get a stickier relationship with them. You have more time to go and see other clients. Oh, hey, and you also make some money doing it. So, there's no bad thing here. The second one is, one of the things we noticed was that clients very rarely rang us and said, thank you, I've noticed that the remote control you've built has got more buttons than the previous version. That will make it easier to use. No one in history has ever said that. So why does Sony put ever... I mean, you need a pin to press the buttons on a Sony remote control these days. For dialing wand, mash keypad. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So we got radical and we changed the user experience. So anyone who's got an Apple TV will be entirely familiar with the way that the user experience works now. It's what we call a heads up. So old video conferencing systems, and that means all of our competitors and us until about 4 months ago, was look at the keypad, press a button, look at the screen, check it worked. Look at the keypad, press a button, look up. Now the other problem is you're doing this in front of 20 of your closest work friends. People are more afraid of public humiliation than they are of death. So as Jerry Seinfeld said, most people would rather be in the box than give the eulogy at most funerals. Difficult to know if that's, I don't know how you poll that, perhaps with a Ouija board, but anyway. So people, it goes around like a hot potato, everyone goes, I don't know how to use it, someone has to use it, someone junior gets it, it's a catastrophe, no one wants to play, let's get back on the boat, or the plane, or the car, or however else they communicate. So we make it radically simpler. We've got one here. The beautiful CC will be demonstrating later. I will be in rehab by then. And then the third one is a thing called WebRTC, which I'm happy to talk about, but out of interest, who here knows what WebRTC is? Great, one hand. All right, you're all about to get an education. 2 hands, thank you, CC. I rather hoped you would. Let me tell you about WebRTC. WebRTC, the RTC bit, web stands for web, RTC stands for rich something content. Forget what the T stands for, never mind. CC, can you tell me? No? Okay, so, that's right. I'll edit that bit out of the film. So, WebRTC is an interesting technology which effectively means that video conferencing application is now built into Google Chrome and into Firefox. Firefox one's a little bit sketchy right now, the Chrome one is better. And you can go to our website and you can follow a link and you can experiment with this yourself. So why does this matter? It matters because for the first time people are going to be able to do high quality, not quite high definition, but not a million miles off it, video conferencing from a web browser without any plugins, without any download. And people have said to us, well, surely that's the accession event for video conferencing. You're all dead. No, we're not, for numerous reasons. The main ones being, it's only an endpoint. There's no address book. There's no one to dial. You need to meet somewhere. I would recommend you meet in here, in this little world. So you can do multi-pointed calls, you can do streaming and recording, you can interact with room-based video conferencing devices as well. But what it does is increase the opportunity for people to get involved in video. So